Well, from the state of Tamil Nadu, it is a very important matter, and that is the Karur Stampede. 41 lives were unfortunately lost on 27th of September, and the repercussions are still being felt by the state. And now it is the Supreme Court that has involved. After a batch of petitions were heard by the Supreme Court, several questions has been asked by the top court, where the order by the Madras High Court about constituting a special investigation team was also turned down, and now CBI will investigate the matter, and a retired judge, Ajay Rastogi, will be monitoring it along with two IPS officers from the state of Tamil Nadu. Several questions about the way the Madras High Court actually acted on this particular case, its observations, and the order in particular, were also questioned by the Supreme Court, and has definitely gone in favor of Tamilaga Vettri Kazhagam, which has earlier sought a CBI probe, claiming a lot of discrepancies in the way it was dealt by the Tamil Nadu government and not trusting the special investigation team. Here's what the Netas had to say.
Immediately when our Chief Minister knew about the death of 41 people, he immediately did all things which is in his powers. The people against whom the charges are made had gone to Supreme Court and sought CBI investigation. And the Supreme Court had also ordered for a CBI investigation under 3 retired judges to supervise the investigation. Let us see. Normally, a CBI will investigate cases only pertaining to one or more than one state. But they are politicizing the issue they want to hide the issue.
Who wants to hide this?
The TVK particularly, because why did Vijay not attend the meeting at 12 o'clock is the question. Why did he come there at 7:30 when he had addressed a Namakkal meeting at 11:45 or 12? It is hardly 45 minutes from Namakkal to Karur. Why didn't he come there? He must answer, his conscience must answer that question. He must feel sorry because of my delay of 7 years had killed so many people. If he has any sense of humanity, his heart will think. But he is after power. He wants to become Chief Minister. He has no sense of humanity. That is the reason.
People who are claiming that they are representing the family of the victims have filed this plea for CBI. So there are two sets of plea. One by political opponents and the one set by the alleged victims of the stampede. But the families of the victims have come out and said, we were tricked. We did not authorize anybody to file on behalf of us in the Supreme Court. So, but the Supreme Court has ordered a CBI investigation now. And we all know under whose clutches the CBI is. Several times the Supreme Court has faltered the CBI, the Enforcement Directorate, and the ID, the troika of the agencies which are used by the BJP to pummel the opposition. And now Mr. Vijay has straight away gone and fallen into the lap of the BJP through this CBI investigation. See, when there is a threat of going to prison, ideology will fade away. I don't think they have that kind of a strong ideology. If you ask them what is their ideology, they wouldn't know. They have not spelled out their ideology. Only because it looks like very attractive. They are saying it's an ideological enemy. Apart from that, I don't think they don't know what their ideology is.
எங்களுடைய மாவட்ட செயலாளர்கள் முதற்கொண்டு கைது செய்யப்படும் பொழுது எஃப்ஐஆரில் இது கிரிமினலாக மாற்றப்படும் பொழுது அப்போ எங்கள் தலைவர் அவர்கள் உடைய அறிவுறுத்தல் இது இந்த பிரச்சனையை வச்சு ஒட்டுமொத்த கட்சியை முடக்கக்கூடிய செயலை திமுக அரசு செய்ய முற்பட்டுருச்சுங்கிறத உணர்ந்தோம். சென்னை உயர்நீதிமன்ற நீதிபதி அவர்கள் எஸ்ஐடியை ஃபார்ம் பண்ணி அந்த எஸ்ஐடியோடைய நோக்கம் நியூட்ரலாக இருக்குமா, டிரான்ஸ்பரன்சியாக இருக்குமான்னு தெரியாது, வெளிப்படைத்தன்மையாக இருக்குமான்னு தெரியாது. ஏன்னா அந்த உயர்நீதிமன்ற நீதிபதி அவர்கள் கடுமையாக தமிழக வெற்றி கழகத்தை நாங்கள் தான் தப்பு செஞ்ச மாதிரி ஆல்ரெடி அவர் ஒரு பதிவு பண்ணிட்டார்.
We were suspecting some conspiracy. So that was the appeal from our state unit also. But then apart from that, from the beginning, the attitude of the state government, they were harassing the opposition parties when they asked for any permission for agitation or conference. This is the pattern. They just harass them till the last minute. They don't allot the place. They don't allot the time. So we were supporting Vijay. Morally, we were supporting because he was suffering same. We were also suffering in the same manner. as the other opposition parties. So we were not believing the police there and the attitude of the government, particularly Senthil Balaji, who is a very powerful minister from Karur. So we were suspecting some conspiracy, and the Supreme Court also has ordered a probe. We really welcome the move.
We have Nalini Sharma joining us live from the newsroom. Nalini, setting aside the political issue over here where now TVK is blaming DMK and DMK is blaming TVK, inside the Supreme Court, several questions were asked about the way the Madras High Court handled this particular case. Why is that so?
Well, Pramod, the reason for that are aplenty, because the Supreme Court essentially said that this entire matter was under the jurisdiction of the Madurai bench of the Madras High Court. And keeping in mind that the Madurai bench had already taken cognizance of the entire issue, there was no reason for the Chennai bench of the Madras High Court to interfere in the matter, especially when there were no proper instructions to that effect given by the Chief Justice of the Madras High Court, number one. Number two, the Supreme Court also criticized the conduct of the judge, stating that there were comments made regarding TVK's involvement in the entire incident without even TVK being a party to the entire case before the Madras High Court in the first place. And lastly, the Supreme Court's also spoken about how a probe should have been ordered by the Madras High Court, because a fair, free and fair investigation, a transparent investigation is the right of every citizen, and especially in an incident like this. And the Supreme Court used the word an incident that has shaken the conscience of the nation. It's extremely important that the authorities, including the Madras High Court as well as the Tamil Nadu government, had all been in favor of a free and fair transparent probe to essentially determine what had happened on that particular day when the stampede occurred in Karur. Another important thing that the Supreme Court has said is that through the formation of this committee, they've given the powers to the committee to not only probe the stampede itself, but any ancillary issues also surrounding the stampede, in case there are any other concerns that the committee sees during the course of the investigation by the CBI. They also now have the power to probe that, so that an entire full-blown picture can be created regarding what happened that day and why there were 41 lives that were lost. And most importantly, they've asked the committee to ensure that the Supreme Court is apprised of exactly how the probe is going on a monthly basis for a report to be filed before the committee. And the Supreme Court is also constantly going to be looking into this case. So it's essentially going to be a court-monitored probe by the CBI into the entire case. It remains to be seen how early the committee can complete its probe, because the Supreme Court categorically told the chairman, who is the former Supreme Court Judge Justice Ajay Rastogi, to convene a meeting of the committee as soon as possible, which will also include two IPS officers who will be from the state of Tamil Nadu but not natives of Tamil Nadu, and who at least have to be at the rank of IGP. So they've been asked to convene a meeting as early as possible, but how soon can we expect for the conclusion of this probe is something that we have to watch out for. Pramod.
Thank you so much, Nalini. Very serious, the way the Supreme Court has taken this matter with monthly appraisals and the monitoring of this particular probe by the CBI.